All right, welcome back to the channel, man. In today's video, we've got a great one for you. I am going to be investing $2,000 here for you live on the channel. I am building a new portfolio, and I'm super excited to be talking about this strategy because it's something that I kind of touched on before on this channel, but didn't really get too far into depth with it. The series never really kicked off, but this is going to be really interesting because instead of the usual dividend focus that I have, we're going to be targeting more of a growth approach in a really relatable way. I feel like a lot of you might already be investing this way. So leave a comment down below if you are, but without further ado, let's just jump right in. So real quick, I want to talk about why I'm using Moomoo Investing for this portfolio. They've got some crazy incentives to sign up right now. 60 free shares and 8.1% APY on any uninvested cash. Now, in the last video, I deposited $2,000 to get the 25 free shares that they offer. I thought I got around $40. Turns out it was actually $77, but Moomoo locks you in. If you want to actually receive those rewards, your cash needs to stay in the app for at least 60 days. So I've got $2,000 locked up. I'm going to use it to invest in this portfolio, and then I'm going to get that free incentive bonus just for signing up. So if you guys are interested, again, that affiliate link's in the description of this video, but let's start talking about this strategy. Now, hear me out. This strategy is extremely straightforward. It's probably the simplest way that you can approach investing when you're beginning, or just a strategy in general. You are literally going to invest in the companies that you use every single day. And it's as simple as that. If I'm already using the companies, it's likely that I believe in them, especially if I use it on a day-to-day basis. Now, I look for some of the ones that have some solid returns, but again, those companies that I'm using every day. So I created a list of 5 different stocks that I wanted to invest $400 in. I mean, the goal overall is to sort of beat the S&P 500 return. We'll see how they're going to do compared to that. I'll be able to compare this to the other portfolios I have going on. So let's talk about each of those individual investments. All right, so when it comes to the first company, it's probably pretty obvious. If I just look around my desk, I'll show you exactly what I mean. I've got an iPad here, I've got my iPhone here, I've got my AirPods here, and then actually if I flip over to this screen, bam, right over here, we've got my trusty laptop, my MacBook that I do a lot of the YouTube stuff on that I have, and my day job and everything. So I have been using Apple for many, many years now. I've upgraded my equipment through Apple, and it's a company that I have been using for such a long time that it just makes sense for me to have in this portfolio and to continue investing in the company. So aside from some of my personal uses of Apple, let's talk about the stats. You know what? In 2024 alone, Apple generated over $383 billion in revenue with a B. And get this, 52% of smartphone owners in the US, they own an iPhone. And their services segment alone has been absolutely crushing it and growing pretty rapidly. That's things like iCloud, Apple Music, the App Store, recurring revenue. This alone is now an $85 billion business. Now, needless to say, with AI coming and the Apple Vision Pro approach that they have, this stock still has a lot of room for growth in my opinion. And that's why it's a definite add for this portfolio for me. And as I mentioned, I'm trying to get used to the Moomoo investing app, so I'm going to go ahead and buy it on screen. I always like to show what I'm doing so everybody could see. I'm going to go into Apple here, click on trade, and then I think I could switch this to amount, and I will do $400. There's the quantity. I can click on buy, and this is going to be a limit buy set at the price $210.07. So confirm. And automatically add purchase stock to watch list. It doesn't really matter to me. Now, one thing you may not have noticed about me, or you might have picked up, is I'm an absolute tech nerd. I mean, look at all this stuff that I got out here. There's some stuff that I use every single day from some companies, and I've got actually some bad hobbies, I think, that distract a lot of my time, and that one would be playing this bad boy right here, my Xbox. This is actually pretty new, so this is like cool to have it in the video, but I use Microsoft products. I use Microsoft Teams. There's a lot of great things about Microsoft. I've been using them for a number of years now, and a couple cool stats about Microsoft. Azure, their cloud platform, has grown 31% in last year alone. On top of that, they own LinkedIn, GitHub, Xbox, obviously, and they've built out some solid revenue streams with those. But what gets me most excited for Microsoft is their massive stake that they have in OpenAI, which is basically facilitating ChatGPT and all of these AI tools that are completely changing the game. And honestly, it's stuff that I've been using every single day. Now, cool little stat on Microsoft, since 2000, their stock has also returned over 4,000%. So safe to say that there is potentially some room for growth there still. All right, so let's look up Microsoft here. $400 worth. Boom, just like that, this is in the queue. Now this next stock, I guarantee is something that you've used because, well, you're using it right now. Kind of threw me. Hold on, pause. It powers the camera sensors from everything from iPhones to Teslas. And it can also shoot webs. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's Sony. Sony is what I operate this entire YouTube channel through. All of my cameras are Sony. I'm a huge fan when it comes to their glass, and they are the #1 seller of consoles globally. I know I got this Xbox right here. Downstairs, my girlfriend has a PS5. So I've got all the bases covered on gaming. Oh yeah, and the whole web thing, I mean, they made Spider-Man No Way Home and Across the Spider-Verse, which is new, and they're both billion-dollar hits. Ooh, oh, sorry. So Sony, $400, bang, boom, bop. Order submitted. Now listen, if you guys are a long-term viewer of this channel, I'm curious if you can guess the last stock that I have on this list. I've got 2 left, but there's one where I feel like there's enough breadcrumbs of me out there on the internet to know what that might be. I can't believe that I haven't really talked about it on this channel before because I've been watching them for a while and I started investing them in my other portfolio. I just really haven't brought light to it. But before we get to that one, let's talk about this one right here. Well, we already talked about Apple, but the meaning behind this box, this thing actually arrived 24 hours after I ordered it. You know where I ordered it? Amazon. Now, I'm not sure I need to talk much about Amazon, but just some of the mind-boggling stats. They have over 200 million Prime users. That's recurring revenue without them really even lifting a finger. They run over a third of the total cloud market running with AWS. And they just launched AI shopping assistants and robotics fulfillment centers that I really think is going to propel their growth even further than where we're at now. And if I'm being honest with you, pretty much anytime I need gear or anything for the channel, whether it is a new camera or I need something for my house like coffee beans, Amazon has been my go-to. And the fact of the matter is, it's no longer just an online store. It's a tech company, it's a logistics powerhouse, it is a data center, and it's an absolute giant that I've been neglecting in my portfolio. But hey, you know what? That's all right, because I am going to change that all today. I'm going to go ahead and buy that $400 worth of Amazon stock. Boom. Order submitted. And we've got last but certainly not least, I'm curious if you were able to guess what this one is. I mean, it really is the back burner behind what kicked off this channel. It's where I started my investing career. It's clean, it's easy to use, it's geared for Gen Z millennials, but realistically, like, anybody can pick it up and use it. It's sort of the new Charles Schwab, in my opinion. It's got 23 million funded accounts. It just launched a 24-hour trading window. It's got insane credit card rewards. This is starting to sound like a sponsored ad, but I promise it's not. They're expanding into new realms with crypto that we've never seen from anybody before. They've got retirement tools, they've got advanced trading tools. It's still sounding like more of an ad, but it is not. And it's actually the reason why I'm testing out different applications on my phone for investing, but it is Robinhood investing. Say what you want to say about Robinhood investing, but they know how to generate revenue. Albeit sometimes it feels like it's been a little bit shady. Their app is sort of turning into sort of like a gambling-ish center, which is interesting to see. But one thing that you really want to focus on is what their track record is and how they've innovated and changed the game and the growth that they've seen with it. So without Robinhood, we probably wouldn't see commission-free trading on all of the brokerages that we do now. They pioneered that. They're also pioneering something that I think is going to completely change the way that we all invest. They're tokenizing different stocks. And what we're soon going to be able to see is people being able to invest in private companies like SpaceX and OpenAI, things that aren't yet accessible to the public. They are changing the script and making that in the future be an option for people, little guys like you and me. Look at this. I've already been investing in Robinhood weekly in my Robinhood app, and I'm already up 21% on them alone. There's been a lot of hype around them with their conferences that they've had, and I just think there's a lot of potential here in the future. All right, so what we're going to do is round out that list with this $400 buy of Robinhood stock. Boom. So anyways, guys, that is the $2,000 growth portfolio that I've built here. Let me know, would you change anything within this? What are some of those companies that you think are no-brainer investments that you're using every day? Leave a comment down below. Did you want to throw up looking at this list? I'm curious how you feel. Thanks for checking out this video. If you guys want to see those free stocks that I got from Moomoo, go ahead and check out this video. Just know that the numbers were off and I actually made $77.